In the quiet hush of dawn, a lone figure stood silhouetted against the soft blue morning light. This was Leo, a stray cat whose world was the endless, empty street. He took a slow, tentative step forward, his head swiveling, nerves on high alert. His emerald green eyes reflected the deserted road, a lonely expanse stretching before him. Suddenly, a strange noise echoed in the distance, sharp and unfamiliar, cutting through the silence. A car sped past, a blur of metal and wind, and Leo leaped back in terror, his heart pounding against his ribs. He darted behind a dented trash bin, his breath coming in ragged, shallow gasps. Above, the sky began to mirror his unease. Dark clouds gathered, swallowing the gentle morning light. The first drops of rain began to fall, soft at first, then gaining strength. Leo scrambled for cover, finding a small refuge under a weathered wooden bench. He watched as the rain intensified, each drop a tiny explosion on the pavement. He could feel the cold seeping into his fur, a shiver running through his small body. The world felt cold, grey, and unwelcoming. Then, a glimmer of hope. Across the street, a warm, golden light shone from a bakery window, a beacon in the gloom. The inviting glow reflected in his eyes, promising warmth and safety. He had to get there. Gathering his courage, Leo crept out from under the bench and looked both ways, his senses heightened. He dashed across the wet street, the scent of freshly baked bread growing stronger with every step, pulling him forward. He reached the bakery and sat quietly near the entrance, a silent, hopeful plea. The door creaked open, and a young girl emerged, her face bright and kind. She stopped short when she saw him, a little gasp of surprise. A soft, gentle smile spread across her face as she slowly knelt down, careful not to frighten him. Leo instinctively flinched, stepping back, his trust warmed thin by life on the streets. Understanding his fear, the girl didn't press closer. Instead, she placed a small bowl of milk on the ground, a simple offering of peace. The creamy white liquid seemed to glow in the dim light. Cautiously, Leo approached, his nose twitching as he sniffed the offering. The scent was clean, sweet. He took a tentative lick, then another, and soon he was drinking, the cool milk soothing his parched throat. As he drank, a small miracle happened. The rain began to soften, the drumming against the pavement fading to a gentle patter. A sliver of sunlight broke through the heavy clouds, casting a golden ray upon them. The girl reached out a hand, her touch as soft as a whisper as she gently stroked his head. For the first time in a long time, Leo didn't pull away. He closed his eyes, a wave of peace washing over him, a quiet connection forming between two souls in the morning light. She carefully wrapped him in her warm scarf, a cocoon of fabric and kindness, and lifted him into her arms. Together, they walked away from the bakery, leaving the empty street behind as the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. They arrived at a house that seemed to glow from within, filled with a warm, welcoming light. As they stepped inside, Leo looked around, his eyes wide with curiosity. This was a new world. His paws sank into a soft carpet, a sensation he had never felt before. He explored the living room cautiously, his nose taking in a symphony of new scent-sold books, fresh flowers, and the comforting aroma of home. He saw his reflection in a tall mirror and tilted his head, intrigued. He reached out a paw and gently touched the cool glass, tapping at the other cat who mimicked his every move. The girl set up a small, soft bed for him near the window, a plush haven just his size. Leo watched her, his gaze thoughtful. He slowly stepped into the bed, testing its softness, and curled up, finding it perfect. To make him feel even more welcome, she placed a small toy mouse beside him. He stared at it, unsure what to make of this strange creature. He gave it a gentle tap with his paw. It wiggled. He tapped it again, a little harder this time. A spark of playfulness ignited within him. Soon, he was a blur of motion, chasing the toy mouse across the living room floor, his earlier fears forgotten. He pounced and tumbled, a tiny, joyful whirlwind. With a burst of newfound confidence, he leaped onto the sofa, landing with a soft thud. The girl's laughter filled the room, a warm and happy sound. Hearing her joy, Leo felt a surge of affection. He padded over and jumped gently into her lap, curling up and beginning to purr. A deep, rumbling sound of pure contentment. He was home. As night fell, the moon cast a soft, silvery light into the room, illuminating the peaceful scene. Leo slept soundly in his new bed, safe from the cold and the rain, wrapped in the quiet comfort of his new home. The world outside was silent, but inside, everything was warm and right. Morning sunlight streamed through the window, waking him from a dreamless sleep. He opened his eyes, blinked, and stretched lazily, arching his back. He wasn't on a cold street. He was here. He was safe. A jolt of happiness went through him, and he ran to find the girl, his little legs carrying him as fast as they could. She scooped him up in a joyful embrace, laughing as he nuzzled against her cheek. And in the days that followed, Leo transformed. The scared, nervous stray was gone, replaced by a confident, loved companion. In the final shot of his new life, we see him sitting on the windowsill at sunset. The golden light illuminates his sleek fur and bright green eyes. He's no longer looking at an empty street with fear, but at a world full of promise, a world where he belongs. He is safe, he is loved, he is home. Thank you for watching our story. If you were touched by Leo's journey, please like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming content.